All right, Coach, we welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the San Francisco 49ers and the New York Giants. One of these teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks' time. Which will it be as we're underway in the NFC title game? And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Ready. 59. Mike's 59. Stay with your man.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Barkevious Mingo in that time on the tackle. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Check 24, check 24. Check. Check. Slam.
A toss out to Barkley. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
It's 3rd and 10.
Two runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10.
Check. Mike 56.
Operating from the gun, Jones. And Ingram holds it in. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
50, play. Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Oh, you get on the head.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 2nd and 9, Jones. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman, and his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Really nice pick there for the reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a good story on that. He said he didn't even know he won the award. His buddy had to call him. He saw it on television and said, hey, congratulations. How about that?
And I'll bet you his buddy said, well, since you didn't know, I'll just go ahead and claim the award, right? And everything that goes along with it. But the reason he won the award the previous week and what we just saw there, instincts, understanding where the play is going and being able to make a play on the football.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. Could be
and I think the ball's out, and the Giants have it. It's picked up. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this, and it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining.
Switch gears.
They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman, and he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's 11.
Right back to Coleman here on first down. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
21. What's the run? They're running it. Check. Lucky.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. And he's going to get this pretty close to the first down marker at the Giants' 38.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
But when we go back to our conversation with the defensive coordinator, that type of a play was not a surprise to him. He expected trickery in this game, yet somehow his defense, they still took the cheese and got caught in the mousetrap.
On first down, here's Breida. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
Watch the screen. Hey, gun. Switch.
On second down now, it's Coleman. He's got the first down inside the 10. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. A 21-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Gold with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
We play to win. Let's go.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They'll need to come from behind if they want to play in 2 weeks as they trail early in this NFC Championship game.
Let's go. Get set. Now.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. Space to maneuver at the 40 and all the way up to the 45-yard line. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football. They've got a 3rd down and 5 to start things out.
Here we go. 70, Indy. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. 22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Hey! Switch. Hey, Alpha.
54's Mike. Check. Watch 54.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Kenny Vaccaro. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. Landry, the intended target.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Here we go. 180. 59, Mike to 59. You get alert. You can't block me.
They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a 1st down. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Tevin Coleman with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. Here the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley, 81 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
Well, there was no doubt that this offense was in desperate need of a quick answer, and they got it. One play, and they're right back in this game.
Because you got the sense if they stalled out here and then another score on the other side to make it a 3-score game, could have gotten ugly. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know. Defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Go ahead.
Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. And he'll have it past midfield, almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Here we go. Like 20.
Check, 59. I got you, son. I got you.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 31-yard line.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Hey, Echo.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. Touchdown, 49ers. Marquise Goodwin, 31 yards. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description, because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big time, John? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
A loss of 1. It's now 3rd and 5.
Ready.
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down.
Now.
Motion. Hey, watch that. Check, Mike.
Go.
Now Jones.
You ain't doing nothing.
And he's got the hook up to Landry. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a first down.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
2 minutes remain in the first half of this NFC Championship. A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report in a bit. The coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, Coach. Break it down.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Let's get off the field.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
64, weak.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got?
Look at me. Zipper.
Give me some. Give me some.
Smooth.
Here we go.
Ready, ready?
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Ready, break. You're not 61. Matchbox lights. Big grip. Big grip.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here.
Hey, Delta. Get it.
Throwing Jones. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Jones heading up here 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Alert flare. Alert flare. Flare. Mike's 5-4.
Jones operating from the gun. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
218, chopper.
Check 4. Check safety. Under 10. 10.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jones steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down.
We own them. We own them. Check. Topper. Go. You go tight.
The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And the kick by Rosas is good. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
After the field goal, here's Rosas to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Jam, 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 jam.
Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship, as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game.
Let's go, baby.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Looking to throw on second down. Garoppolo, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Here comes the 49ers punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Recon, 132-5-2.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
18 Gator.
Mike 54.
Yo, go.
Sponge.
A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Mike's 5-4.
Ready.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jones escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Just work with me a second here, because in my lifetime, seeing how quarterback percentages have changed in throwing the football, I mean, back in the good old days, if you were around 50%, you were doing okay. But now, you need to be 65 to 70% to be considered an elite quarterback. And in this ball game, I feel like we're playing old school, right around 50%.
Yeah, he's under 50%. He needs to start hitting more targets.
56.
Jones now on 3rd down. Looking for Shepard deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
21. Here we go. Go ahead.
They begin the drive with Coleman. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Here we go.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6.
13. Check. You draw quarters. I got you.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves them with third down and just a yard to go.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Garoppolo. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a first down.
And that one was a lot of fun right there, because that was the game within the game. Third and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Kill.
And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Hey, gun. You think you gonna get this? Check 3.
From the gun, it's a handoff to Coleman. Room here to run. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 18 yards, first down Niners. He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The worst seats, the 11 guys trying to tackle him on defense.
Here we go.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 46. Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
21.
I'm going to run you over.
Go ahead.
On second down, it's Coleman. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. It's Everson Griffin who made the tackle.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Here we go.
5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on third.
Blue down. Showing it.
12, fellas. Here we go.
And he's got this down to the 35. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
65.
He's coming.
We got double up. 6-6. Pull it high.
On first down, Coleman. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 21.
Here we go.
Garoppolo now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
One, Omaha. Check 13. Check 13.
They'll run the option right here on first down. Stepping up, he'll try and run. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Here we go. Wait, 80.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59.
I got you. White.
Watch 20.
On second down now, it's Coleman. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 1 quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Niners on 3rd down. They've been excellent, 6 for 7. Here it's 3rd and 3.
21.
Where's 52?
Go.
52's the mic. We ain't giving up nothing.
Hey, gun. 52.
It's our field. It's our field.
Garoppolo looks to throw. And he's got it. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And it's blocked. And the Giants have got it. But he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I remember when they changed the rule, and there's a lot of consternation, especially coming from the kickers. Okay, how's this going to affect things, having to kick a longer one now? Much more of a field goal attempt, and the defensive guys saw it as an opportunity to get more block.
That's exactly right. There's more effort now. Before, when it was snapped down near the goal line, you would basically see guys just stand there.
Yeah, not anymore. Now, those guys are going after it because not only can they knock it away and change a little bit of momentum,
and get 2 points.
They can pick it up and take it back for 2 points.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Let's get off the field.
General West.
Slam.
And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Back to throw. Jones. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
First down for the Giants as they pick up 12. They'll run on first down. Barkley. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9. Jones. This is caught. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a first down. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now it's Barkley, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
On 2nd and goal, Jones. And Ingram's got it. Touchdown, Giants. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Giants are able to draw a bit closer. Sometimes those tight ends are a mismatch. They found the mismatch there.
And that's exactly why you want to draw up those types of plays, because coverage is just going to go to the natural guys, the guys that make the big plays on the outside. But if you work your tight end into it, that's a tough one for a defense to handle.
Tough. They couldn't handle it. It worked out for 6. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Here we go.
I'm trying to collect. Safe. Hey, check 24. Check that.
They will run again with Coleman. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've been outstanding. 7 first downs and 8 tries. This is 3rd and 8.
Check. 59.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. He sets to fire deep. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them, because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing, because that drive went, no adjustments.
And a loose football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown.
San Francisco.
So a great play there by the defense. If these guys are going to advance, and it looks like they will, this defense a big reason why.
And they love carrying the mantle for this team, don't they? You see the way that they move around out there? They want to lead this team deeper into the playoffs and hopefully onto the Super Bowl.
And that return for a touchdown certainly helps that cause. So here's the kickoff now, as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to...
It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That one good for 37 yards. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10.
Check.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Second and 11. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. DeForest Buckner breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. Looking to throw. Jones. He's got his man. This is Tate. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Jones throwing on 4th down. And this is incomplete. The linebacker Fred Warner right there on the coverage. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Wide. Get wide. Watch safety creep.
They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll keep it on the ground. Coleman. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Coleman. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16.
First down, 49ers.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Switch.
Garoppolo gives to Breida. There to stop him on the defensive side, Lorenzo Carter. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
21. Hey, go.
They run again with Breida. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Don't get nervous.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. To throw again on 2nd down. Jones. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Markevius Mingo just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Here's Jones. Throwing on 3rd and long. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. They'll run for it with Barkley. Going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
Slam, slam, slam. Hey, come on.
They will take a knee here and cue the celebrations. They are off to the Super Bowl.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
They said beginning of the year, they set a lofty goal, Charles, of getting to the Super Bowl. They fell one step short of that.
Oh, and that's going to hurt for a long time. That's going to be a big one for the offseason. Their goal now has to be not to wallow in it, but to use it as fuel for next year. Better offseason conditioning, great OTAs and minicamp. You know as well as I do, they'll have T-shirts in their lockers that say, unfinished business. They want to get back there and next time win it.
And that does it for the conference championship. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And for our entire crew, we'll see you 2 weeks at the Super Bowl. This is the NFL on EA Sports.